Manchester United 2, Brighton 0. Welcome to the Manchester United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? The big question is it the result United wanted? Yes. Is it the display United wanted or we the fans wanted? No. No, but all in all, a win is a win from a disappointing result from Middlesbrough, followed up with a result from a team which goes by names of Burnley and Southampton. All those three games, United were into winning positions, and the first half United played very well, and they later gave up the game to a side which goes by the names of Middlesbrough, Burnley, and Southampton, respectively. That is Manchester United for you, and all in all, gaining 3 points and winning this game is really a very big plus to Manchester United, and I think it really helps much a manager who goes by names of Ralf Rangnick in there to come out and place himself in the better side, because he has been playing very well, especially in the first half, putting up a very good display, and he ends up losing. You get? Now he comes up and says, oh my, these players are not used to my style of play. You get? They are not used to my style of play, and let's go back to default. Let's go back to the style that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used to make them play in there. That is what the man who goes by the names of Ralf Rangnick has really resorted to, because he tried putting them into the best way of how to play in the way that they wanted, and they didn't really match the levels, because we've seen them running out of steam, especially in the first 45 minutes. Second half, they come up when they are really playing very badly in there. So that is a win for United, back into the top 4 position. 25 games played, 43 points collected in there. They're level on games with the team which goes by names of Man City and West Ham in there. But we talk about the top 4 battle, there is, or the 4th place battle, there is West Ham, who has played 25, they have 41. That means United has the same number of games with the team which goes by the names of West Ham, and they are 2 points ahead of them. Arsenal has played 3 games less than Manchester United. That means they have 9 points into their pocket, and they are having 39 points in there. If at all Arsenal goes ahead to win all its games, Arsenal will be 5 points ahead of Manchester United. But remember, 2 of those games they are playing Chelsea, and the other game they are playing a side which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur. So you see that it's going really to be very hard for Arsenal really to come in through and do the needful. And I will feel like when United host Chelsea, they can get a positive result or 3 points against Chelsea at Old Trafford and Tottenham Hotspur. So those 2 games in there, and I will feel like Arsenal really has a very big hill to climb into this game of football in there. But for starters, I will feel like I have lots of things I've noted into this game, and I will feel like I have to talk about them. And if at all you have your say onto this game, go into the comment section and tell us what you think about this game, because United has really gained 3 points. We last got 3 points in the game of a team which goes by names of West Ham, and remember the firepower that got off the bench, that is Edson Cavani, Anton Martial, Ronaldo coming in through and doing the needful in there. You remember that firepower that came in through and did the needful? That's the power that really came in through and it gave United 3 points in there. Anton Martial combining well with Edson Cavani, and Cavani laid a square to find a player who goes by names of Marcus Rashford to bury it in the back of the net in there. That's when United last gathered 3 points. But the game against Middlesbrough, we are in the lead and they equalized against us. In the game of Burnley, we are in the lead, they equalized against us. In the game of a team which goes by the name Southampton that was played on Saturday lunchtime, we were in the lead and they equalized against us. Something that I really thought that Rangnick looked at it and said, all right, these players, the pressing, the gang pressing, I'm telling them to play. When they play it, they go ahead and lose up steam into the 45 minutes. The next 45 minutes of the second half, they do nothing. They look like they've toned down totally. So what he did say that, all right, let's reserve this gas. Let's play as you used to play alongside Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Let's play deep, let's play back and see what is going to happen. And we will get a chance. And Cristiano Ronaldo getting that ball from a player who goes by names of Scott McTominay, because Scott McTominay did a very good tapping into that ball from Yefis Bissouma, because Yefis Bissouma, I can really tell you that he ran the midfield. He won the midfield battle. He ran it, but Scott McTominay got him unaware, and he tapped into that ball to find Ronaldo. And remember, by the time Scott McTominay tapped into that ball. The defense of Brighton was in transition from defense moving to the center line, and he got all those defenders off, and he really took a very nice shot into the back of the net, making him score all in his goal drought this year, because ever since this year had started, Ronaldo had not scored a goal for Manchester United. I think he last scored in the game of Burnley when we scored, was it 3-1 last year? That's when he last scored. And Ronaldo had not scored a goal this season, and that's why you saw him celebrate very well and felt like, oh my God, this jinx is now off me, because this is not Ronaldo who takes all this role without scoring. And I've seen a battle already into there on social media. Remember, PSG has drawn with a team which goes by the names of Real Madrid in Paris, and guess the highlight of the match? It's Messi missing a penalty, and people are now trending, who is the GOAT? They're saying Ronaldo is the GOAT, coming out to score a goal and Messi missing out a penalty in there. So you see how far these two brands have really taken the game of football in there. Now, when I'll go into the top points in there for you, I want to talk about Sancho and the way Manchester United players react in there. When you look, United had two chances, clear chances into the first half. One, when Ronaldo really got that ball. Remember, the defender gave that ball to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo played in Sancho, and Sancho decided to go for a solo effort, but it was saved by the goalkeeper in there. And I really thought that in such moments, we lack numbers, because we only had 3 players into the box of Brighton, and Brighton had close to 6 players in there. And I really felt like the reason as to why we are so much closed down, especially in those areas, especially when we're playing on the break, we lack what we call numbers. In such moments, when you break off, you need to be having at least 4 less than 4 players into the box yard area of the opponent, because that helps you to really create space for the person who is having the ball. But even in the game of Southampton, remember that goal that Sancho was supposed to score, and that goal that Ronaldo was supposed to go, when he really put off the goalkeeper and really played that ball in there. All that is the result of us not having numbers in the 18 yards box area of the opponent. But if at all we have numbers into the 18 yards area of the opponent, it's a sure deal that we are really going to come up and kill them off, because the more numbers you have, the more you really come up and destabilize these players in there who are really playing for a side which goes by the names of Southampton and Brighton respectively. So to me, I really feel like we really lack these numbers into our area. We lack these numbers, and we need them badly, because the more numbers you get, the more chances of scoring you really do come in and get in here at Manchester United. We're playing such teams in there. And I really noted another point of Sancho. Yeah, Sancho really had a 50-50 game, and he at times looked selfish, but not like Rashford, because he really released very many players in there. And I really liked the effort that Sancho put up into this game of football as United came up to give a beating to a side which goes by the names of Brighton, because Brighton looked to be a team that was bossing us. They are not afraid of Manchester United, because it looked like they knew that, oh, anytime we are really going to score. And when you look at Brighton, it's a better footballing side than Manchester United. You know that very well. Brighton is a better footballing side, and look at their manager. I really feel like he is good. He's good. He's a good coach. And when you look at how he has managed this game very well, it showed you that United has lacked the fear factor. I again go to that point in there of us looking like a team that is not feared anymore. Because when you look at the red card that came in through, let me check in the minute when the red card came in through. I really want to know. The red card came in at the 54th minute. And guess what? After the red card was given to a team which goes by the names of Brighton, guess what the manager did? He just showed us that, oh, I'm not afraid of Manchester United. He brought on Danny Welbeck and Lamparte, and you know Lamparte started onto the bench, and he's a full back who really is good going forward, and he brought him on. Bring on Lamparte wouldn't have been the case, but the case is, why did he have to bring on Danny Welbeck? Because in such a game, you have to play it safe. If at all you respect United, you say, oh my God, if I really bring in another forward, United is really going to be all over me, and they will score more goals to me. But he brought on 2 attack-minded players. That is Danny Welbeck, and a player who goes by the names of Lampate in there for you. And that shows you how United no longer possesses that fear factor with it. They are no longer, teams no longer respect at Old Trafford. If it happened at their stadium, I would have said, all right, it's okay to happen at the stadium because it's their stadium and they feel like they have the fans that can really push them going to secure another point in there. But at Old Trafford, being red carded, and a team goes ahead to show you that, oh, we are not afraid of Manchester United, we can as well go ahead and attack them left, right, and center. And that's exactly what they did. They never respected us. They never sat back or said that, all right, we'll get them with a break. That's not what they did. What they did was to throw those bodies to us. And that's exactly the point that I noted of the central defensive midfield. That shows you that each and every time your midfield is poor, even a team that has 10 players, all a man less than you, can come up and put up a show better than your side. Manchester United really had 11 players, and a team which goes by the names of Brighton had how many players? They had just 10. And guess what? They never respected us at all. No respect was given to Manchester United by Brighton. For those that witnessed this game, you can really come out and also evidence. Respect was not given to us at all. You get something that we should really restore back immediately at Manchester United, because way back in the era of Sir Alex Ferguson, teams never just came like that at Old Trafford. They came knowing, oh, we are going at Old Trafford and it's really going to be a tough game in there for Manchester United. I was watching a certain podcast on United View, and Gabriel Agabanoha, you remember him, he was playing for a side which goes by the names of Aston Villa. He's one of the best centre forwards by the time. Sorry, wide forwards by the time. He really came out and told Flex, the host of the show, told him that, oh my God, back in the days, when we're traveling at Old Trafford, all of us were already timid. We already worried and asked ourselves, how are we really going to get ourselves from not being humiliated? When back in the days, when you're traveling to Old Trafford, humiliation was all over you, asking yourself, how are we not going to humiliate ourselves? How are we not going to let ourselves be humiliated by a side which goes by Manchester United? So they came playing safe. But this time round, it's the opposite. They come in knowing, oh, we can get Old Trafford and get these points, you know, because United will come in and put up a display that cannot last for 90 minutes. And when you look at teams like Liverpool, they come up and play like how United has been playing in the game of Burnley, Southampton, those 45 minutes. Liverpool teammates, Liverpool players go in and put up such a performance for an entire 90 minutes. Even if they go into extra time, Liverpool goes ahead to put on that, because that's what they are supposed to do. That's the mentality that is in their brains. But the brains of the players of Manchester United has forced Ralf Rangnick to shift from what he wants to play as a manager to playing safe and playing what fits these players. It shows you that Rangnick has really come out and accepted that these players cannot compete at high levels. That's why you see he comes up and puts a blame not to a single player, but all players at large, because he says these players should improve to a level that they are supposed to be, to the level of a shirt of Manchester United. That's what Ralf Rangnick is telling them, and most of them are trying to adapt to the situation. But look at the likes of Bruno, Paul Pogba, Rafael Varane, David De Gea, Luke Shaw, Diego Dalot in there. So there is a group of players at Manchester United that has adapted to this style, but the midfield, that is an engine of this system that Rangnick is trying to bring at Manchester United, has failed to cope up. That's the problem that we are facing at Manchester United. The engine, Scott McTominay and Freddie, none of those can really come up through and do what Rangnick wants. Yet his system rotates onto the midfield. Not only the system, every game of football rotates onto the midfield, and we just ask ourselves, when will this come to an end? And we wait and see, because it looks like Rangnick has shifted totally to winning. He no longer minds on how United plays, but he minds on how United comes in and does the needful. I'm still at the point of the CDM. Remember that David De Gea save that he did. A shot, it was a blessing from Yefis Bissouma. Remember, a player of Brighton gets that ball in the midfield. He passes it through 4 Manchester United players to find Yefis Bissouma just well placed, not marked. And it was a De Gea save that saved United from conceding that goal in there. And I really come here to tell you that that shows you that the midfield of United is really sick. We need a CDM because it's a CDM who has the brain to really read the movement. You get? Because you'll find that 4 Manchester United players are marking 1 player. Where do you find that? It shows you that we are really lack of positional sense at Manchester United. Because if you have a CDM, he will tell you that go mark that side, and you'll find that 2 players in the midfield will come and collide with the central defenders. That is, Scott McTominay and Freddie will come in and collide with Harry Maguire and Lindelof in there, because obviously they are not on the level of reading that game. Like, if I told United had a player like Yefis Bissouma to that CDM role, or a Zakaria in there, because when you have a Fabinho or a Rodri, he will be doing that role alone. But because they know that they cannot do that role, they just find themselves colliding, and that had costed us a goal into that game. You saw that David De Gea save after a well-placed and marked Yefis Bissouma placed that ball in there. And I really tell you that if I told Yefis Bissouma took his time and he really passed that ball into the 18 yards box area of Manchester United, he would have hurt us. You get? So I really feel like these are things that are really costing us. The board failing to get us a CDM, yet Ragnick wanted one, is really still costing us as Manchester United. I really feel like we are at a level of really facing what we really harvested. You get? What we really sowed, so we don't harvested. We are really harvesting what we sowed, and what we sowed was not getting in a CDM, and this is the problem we are having. Look at how Paul Pogba is playing. Just imagine if at all Paul Pogba is playing alongside a decent CDM. Do you know how United would have been? Because all these players that we are calling average, what makes them average is that United doesn't have an engine to really start the car. And even if you have a very big Lamborghini or Maserati, now the expensive Mercedes car, if you don't have an engine, then it won't move, even if you have the fuel. You get? And vice versa, if at all you have a very good car and you don't have the fuel, because the fuel to this is, the fuel to any team is a decent midfield. When you have a decent midfield, you'll come out and boss any team that you're really going to come up and play against. The other point I really want to talk about, a finished lack of respect. Bruno Fernandes really had missed loads of chances, but at the end, he really went ahead to go ahead and really score. I think that assist is going to go to Paul Pogba. You get? He does a quick start, and Bruno does a solo run to score that goal. Ronaldo making a very good positioning, and Ronaldo really made a very good run to make sure that all the defenders focus on him. They all knew that, oh, Bruno can't score. He's really going to pass in Ronaldo because all of us, we know Bruno. Bruno is not a selfish guy. He's not a greedy guy. Each and every time he gets that ball, before he really goes for a shot, he has to first look around him. Is he the best placed player to shoot that ball at the back of the net? And if at all he's not, he'll pass into the player that is best placed. If at all he is, then he does it. Now, he goes and makes a very huge run, and he really does score that goal in there for you. And it was a beautiful goal in there scored by Bruno lastly, but he really missed a keeper to beat. He really had like 2-3 chances in there, and I was asking myself, what does it need for Bruno to score? Because in such games, this is when you're supposed to score and really build up your confidence in there. The other point is the set pieces. I will feel like in the previous 2-3 games, now I will feel like United has a set piece coach. And there is a set piece that was taken very well that Ronaldo headed and the goalkeeper saved. And there is another set piece that is being practiced. I've seen it 3 times. In the game of Burnley, I saw it. In the game of Southampton, I saw it. Even in this game, I saw it. Guess who? Luke Shaw floats that ball outside the 18 yards box area to find Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes calms it down, and then he does a small pass to Scott McTominay. And Scott McTominay wants to do a curler, but it has failed really to be on target. The 3 times they've done it, it has failed to be on target. But I really feel like one time, is really going to be on target, especially in the game that we're going to play against Leeds, because you know Scott McTominay, when it comes to Leeds, he really goes ahead and boss Leeds. He runs the midfield. He plays like he's the best midfielder in the world. So I really feel like that game United is playing on Saturday is going to favor a player who goes by the names of Scott McTominay a lot in there. So I really feel like United played badly, but these were the points that United needed. If there is anything that United needed, it was 3 points. Not to play very well, or to put up a very big display, create very many chances. That was not the case. The case was simple. Go on and get this job done. And that's what Manchester United really had to do. And they got the job done in there. So smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Ronaldo has gone ahead to score, I think, his 7th goal of the season in there. And he looks like he might make the 30 tally, because I really feel like in the game of Leeds, Ronaldo is going to score a hat-trick, because Leeds does not really respect any team. You know that very well. Leeds doesn't respect any team. You know that very well. And they're really going to come up and really say, all right, let's take it to Manchester United. And United are really going to come out and really play that game very well. I really feel like it's a game that United is going to go ahead and win again, because United are playing Leeds. And after Leeds, they're really going to be having a very hard fixture in there, because we are really playing, there is Liverpool in there, there is Spurs, there is Man City, you get? So after Leeds, United is playing Watford, and after playing Watford, United is going to play Manchester City, you know? United is going to play Manchester City, and I think United will be playing Manchester City after the international break, because around Saturday 26th, no, there won't be international break, that's going to be March 6th, United is playing a team which goes by names of Man City, and on 12th, United will play Tottenham Hotspur. So these are 2 games that United is playing on Sunday against Leeds, and on Saturday against a side which goes by the names of Watford, after playing a side which goes by the names of Atletico Madrid, are very much important in them, and we expect them to come in through and do the needful in here for a team which goes by names of Manchester United in there. When we go to the match statistics as United played, how were these statistics in there of Manchester United versus a side which goes by the side of Brighton? 19 shots, Brighton had 10. Man United had 7 shots on target, Brighton had 3. Yeah, at least for now, you see that the statistic of Manchester United that I've noted is each and every time United has between 7 and 9 or 10, they score a minimum of 2 goals. But in the previous 3 games, United really had to go ahead and create close to 10 shots on target, and they score only a single goal. That's why you saw it was hard for United to win those games, and Brighton came in for 3. 49% possession for United and 51 for Brighton. It shows you how much United were really so reserved into this game, to an extent that Brighton really had more possession than United, but 3 points have been taken. 509 passes put together by Manchester United, and Brighton had a 516. It shows you how much United looked ugly onto the pitch, because they really had nothing to do with the ball, and they left it for a team which goes by names of Brighton, and that's why you saw them putting up 7 passes more than Manchester United. And it shows you how a 10-man placed Brighton put us to a level of coming in through and not really doing the needful in there for you. There is a header, a free header that was gotten into the box in there. That shows you that we missed Varane in there. We missed the services of Varane into that game in there. 8 fouls for Manchester United, 10 for Brighton, 3 yellow cards for Manchester United, 1 for Brighton, 1 yellow card, 1 red card for Brighton, 0 for Manchester United, 10 corners for Manchester United, and 2 for a team which goes by names of Brighton. And by the end of this game, United is now placed 4th into that game in there. And secondly, before I sign out, there is something I've not talked about. It's the clean sheet. Once again, after close to 3-4 games, after the West Ham game, we kept a clean sheet, and David has gone ahead to keep a clean sheet. A clean sheet is something crucial in the game of football. That means that you can really work onto your scoring abilities, but if you are scoring and not conceding, it's better. But conceding as you score is the worst result you've ever seen in a fixture of football, because it keeps you out totally into the game. And Ferguson came out and said, goals win matches, clean sheets win trophies. And you see what it means. United, all the games United has failed, especially the last 4 games that we've won, we kept a clean sheet in the game of West Ham. We won it. We've kept a clean sheet in the game of Brighton. We've won it. We never kept a clean sheet in the game of Middlesbrough. We drew. We never kept a clean sheet in the game of Burnley. We drew against them. We never kept a clean sheet in the game of a team which goes by the names of Southampton, and we lost. So it shows you that clean sheets are crucial, and if Adult United can really go ahead and really improve on really that of not conceding in there, we are really going to get better results in there at Manchester United plays into that game of football in there. Ronaldo has scored in 21 separate calendars here, a run. He's 37 and he's still going in there. That is Ronaldo in there for you, and he's really doing great for Manchester United. We sign out for now. See you ladies. That's what we had for you, and wait us tomorrow with more news and information for Manchester United.